Hey guys, Mario here from MTG Diagnosis, Doctor by Day, Magic the Gather by Night, and today I am opening up this Play Booster box of Bloomburrow, which is the newest expansion set from Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering card game that's been around since 1993. Bought this at my local game store, Vanguard Skills in Hyannis. Shout out to Sean, owner. Great place to go play Magic the Gathering. He also sells Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Lorcana cards. He also has board games. He does tutoring there for high school and I think middle school kids too. So it's a great tutoring center during the week, and it's a great card and board game store, local game store. So shout out to Sean. Go support him. Hyannis, Massachusetts. This box, you can play draft with it. You can play draft Magic the Gathering on Friday nights at Vanguard Skills. You could probably play draft other places too, but usually Friday nights. Local game stores have a Friday night Magic. So people of all ages, young and old. Sorry for the noise in the background. That's my air conditioner because it's really, really hot and humid here in Massachusetts. So really humid, unexpectedly humid the last few days. So hopefully we get a break in the humidity. I don't know how many packs are in this box. I didn't even check to see. Does it say? Let's see. Made in Japan though. Probably the best place to get cards made is Japan. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Plus 18, 36 packs. That's the sound I'm telling you about. It's my air conditioning unit. So sorry for the hum. Actually, let me just turn it off. There you go. I'll just turn it back on when I'm done. All right. This set's a lot of fun. A lot of anthropomorphic animals. So the biggest problem with this set is trying to get all the tokens for all the different creatures that make offspring. Common. Ooh, full art land. The lands in this set are really nice. So here's our first rare, Jackdaw Savior. Flying. When it or another creature you control with flying dies, return another target creature card with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield. 3 to cast. Alright, we already got our first rare. Uncommons here. I'll let you guys, you can pause and read those later on. And then our commons here. Alright. Pack number 2. Set just came out. Pre-release was 2 weeks ago. This week was the official release date. And full art land. I'm going to keep those. Innkeeper's Talent is our rare. It's a class enchantment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. 1 green permanent you control with counters on them have award 1. That's pretty good. 3 in the green. If you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent player instead. Great for your infect decks. Our uncommons here, you can read those, you can pause and read those when you want. And our commons. So far, only 1 rare per pack. These are play boosters. Different in the sense that they could have more than 1 rare in each pack. They all have 1 foil though. Salvation Swan, 3 and a white for a 3/3 flash flying. When Swan or another bird you control enters, exile to 1 target Creature you control without flying, return to the battlefield and its owner control with a flying counter on at the beginning of the next end step. Nice. So you give your non-flying creatures flying. Uncommon. And our commons here. To put these commons. They're going to be stacking up, so. Ooh, got a full art planes. That looks nice. Full art planes there. Comment. Oh, Season of the Bold extended art. Is this full art? Extended art. Season 3, 2 red. Choose up to 5 paws worth of modes. You may choose the same mode more than once. 1, create a tap treasure token. 2, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of the next turn, you may play them. 3, until the end of your next turn, whenever you cast a spell, Season of the Bold deals 2 damage up to 1 target creature. Nice. It's our first mythic. And then here's our uncommons. And then our commons here. Okay. Fun set to play. You can also play Magic the Gathering online. MTG Arena. You can play is the more so there's 2 different programs, MTG Arena and MTG Online. MTG Online is more traditional based. It's been around a lot longer, and they're trying to update it to make it more modern. MTG Arena is pretty modern. A lot of people play MTG Arena if you can't get out to the local game store. Kitsa Outer Bowl Elite, 1 in a blue for 1/3 Vigilance Prowess. Prowess means whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Tap, draw a card, then discard a card. 2, tap, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Activate only if Kitsa's power is 3 or greater. So Prowess comes in handy. These are the uncommons here. And here are the commons. Yeah, these are all commons. Rat token. Ooh, we got a foil rare. Camellia, the Seedmeister. Seedmeister? Not Meister, Seedmeister. 1 black green, 3/3 menace. Other squads you control have menace. Whenever you sacrifice 1 or more foods, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. 2, forage. Put a +1/+1 count on each other squirrel you control. So forage basically means you can exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sacrifice a food. So pretty good synergy there. That's our rare foil. It's full art land. And Valley Quest Caller is our rare in the rare slot. 2 for 2/3 when 1 or more other rabbits, birds, bats, and or mice you control enter. Scry 1. Other rabbits, bats, birds, and mice you control get +1/+1. Nice. Good synergy with different animals. Here's our uncommons. And these are commons. Okay. Let's see here. Art card. Cool art. Full art foil. Wishing Well. 3 in a blue. Artifact. Tap. Put a coin counter on Wishing Well. When you do, you may cast target instant sorcery spell with mana value equal to the number of coin counters on Wishing Well from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If the spell would be put into your graveyard, exile, and instead activate only as a sorcery. Nice. Good for it's basically giving your spells flashback. And then 3 Tree City. All right, this is a pretty good land. When it enters, choose a creature type. Tap, add a colorless 2 tap, choose a color, add an amount of mana to that color equal to the number of creatures you control of the chosen type. I think this land's going to be, it's probably going to increase in value over time because it's basically tribal decks. I'm going to love using that, for Commander especially. There's a lot of different types in Commander, so a lot of different tribal decks. Oh, it's signed. It's a cool looking rat. It's called Ink Eyes, Servant of Oni. Cool. I have to get that card. I hope I can open it. Paul Patch Recruit. Green for a 2/1, Offspring 2, Trample. So for 2 colors, you get a 1/1 token that's a copy of this. But it's a 1/1. Whenever a creature you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, put a +1/+1 count on target creature you control other than that creature. Anti-crime deck. So crime, as you call for not lost from the dungeon, is just an ability. Its ability attack affects an opponent. That's a crime. Color, that's a full art. Mabel, heir to Cragflame. Other mice you control get +1/+1. Enters, create Cragflame, a legendary colorless equipment artifact token with equipped creature. Gets +1/+1 as vigilance, trample, and haste. Equipped 2. Nice. There's quite a few packs. 36 packs in a box. That's great. Used to, oh yeah, Beza the Bounding Spirit. There's an elemental for each color in Mythic slot. 2 white. I like this one. It's probably one of the better ones because it can help you win the game. 4/5. When enters, create a treasure token. If an opponent controls more lands than you, you gain 4 life. If an opponent has more life than you, create 2 1/1 blue fish creature tokens. If an opponent controls more creatures than you, draw a card. If an opponent has more cards in hand than you. Sunspire Lynx. Here's the other elemental. It's the red elemental is a cat. 2 red for a 5/4. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. When it enters, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. Good for Commander. Another art card. Ooh, this one's signed too. Ooh, I hope I get that snake, common. There's their full art. Coiling Rebirth. Okay, this is the full art, alternate art card. 3 black, gift a card, which means you can give an opponent a card. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then, if the gift was promised, and that creature isn't legendary, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 1/1. So you could do, basically it's a recursion or a reanimate spell, but you can also get a copy of a creature if you gift a card to your opponent, meaning your opponent gets to draw a card if you promise them, you make the promise, allow them to do that. Food token. Come in. Alright, rare. Hearthborn Battler. 2 in red for a 2/3 haste. When a player casts their second spell each turn, it deals 2 damage to target opponent. Oh, wow. So either player casts their second turn each spell, it does 2 damage to target opponent. Oh, well, that's great. You get to, if you draw 2 spells, if you cast a second spell, then your opponent takes 2 damage. If your opponent casts their second spell, they take 2 damage. So this set has some pretty good uncommons, so don't I'm not gonna throw away my uncommons because There's some pretty good uncommons that I think there's going to be some powerful in the future. Manifold Mouse. All right, so this is like an aggro mouse. 1 in a red for a 1/2 offspring 2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains your choice of double strike or trample until end of turn. Nice. And if you make a copy of him, that's, you can give target mouse. Okay, it has to be a mouse. Fecund green shell, 3 green for a 4/6 elemental turtle. Reach as long as you control 10 or more lands. Creatures you control get +2/+2. When this or another creature you control with toughness greater than the power enters, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it into the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hands. So it helps with card draw. And green needs more card draw. For sure. Rabbit token. Looks great. Uncommon. Ooh. All right, Phineas, Ace Archer, Vigilance Reach. When it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control that's a token or a rabbit. Each other creature. Then, if creatures you control have total power 10 or greater, draw a card. Whew. Great card. Uncommons, and then our commons here. Make some room here for my hands. Oh, another full art foil. Gev Scaled Scorch. Black and a red for a 3/2 Lizard Mercenary. Ward, pay 2 life. Other creatures you control enter with an additional +1/+1 counter on them for each opponent who lost life this turn. Whenever you cast a lizard spell, it deals 1 damage to target opponents. Nice. There it is, Crag Flame. There's the sword that goes with Mabel. Oh, Season of the Bold again. That's actually, I think, the worst out of all the seasons. So that's why I'm not too happy with that. Lunar Convocation. White and a black. Enchantment at the beginning of your end step. If you gain life this turn, each opponent loses 1 life at the beginning of your end step. If you gained and lost life this turn, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. 1 black, pay 2 life, draw a card. Just pay 2 life to draw a card. 2 mana. That could come in handy later in the game when you're just need something to draw cards. So I think that's good for, and it's only 2 to cast enchantment. You know, and you could do that at instant speed. So on a turn where you have some unspent mana, you know, pay 2 life, pay 2 mana, and draw a card. Tender Wild Guide. It's got Offspring 2. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Tap, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Look at that. That's pretty good art. Commons here. And our commons. Alright, that's the first 16 packs from this box. Or, I'm sorry, 18 packs. So, let's see what the next 18 has in store. Fish token. That's good because those tokens are necessary because you can gift a tap fish. Uncommon. Dreamdew Entrancer. 3/4 reach. When it enters, tag up to 1 target creature and put 3 stun counters on it. If you control that creature, draw 2 cards. What? Why would you do that to your own creature? There we go. Sorry. Commons. For 3/4 reach. 3 stun counters. That is, oh my god, that's pretty strong. Put that on your opponents. That creature is pretty much, you're gonna die by the time that creature untaps. Alanya, Divergent Storm. 3 blue-red. Whenever you cast a spell, if it's the first instant spell, the first sorcery spell, or the first otter spell, other than Alanya you've cast this turn, you may have target opponent draw a card. If you do, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. What? Wow. Starfall. Okay, there we go. We got 2 rares. Starfall Invocation. 3 white. Gift a card. So you give your opponent a card. Destroy all creatures. If the gift was promised, return a creature card put into your graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. Alright, nice. Uncommons here and our commons. Nobody wants to look at the commons. I don't. Fish token. Sentries. Mountain. Alright, Miss Breath Elder. A lot of frogs in this box. Green for a 2/2. At the beginning of your upkeep, return another target creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on this. Otherwise, you may return it to its owner's hand. And commons here. And then our commons. Ooh, nice art there. Common. Island and Warren Warleader. Oh, it's a mythic. 2 white for a 4/4 offspring. 2 whenever you attack, choose 1. You don't even have to attack with this. Create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token that's tapped and attacking. Attack creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Whenever you attack, choose 1. Okay, uncommon. Someone's got to figure that out. 4 for 4/4 offspring 2, so 6. I don't know. Offspring. I think it's one of the. I think it's going to go down as one of the most. I think it's going to go down as one of the underpowered abilities in the game. We'll see. History will judge that. Artist Talent, 1 in a red. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. 2 in a red. Non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. 2 in a red. If a source you control will deal non-combat damage to the opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +2 instead. Pretty strong talent. Very good for red because red-blue spell slingers. Oh, we got a rare foil, Scavenger's Talent. Whenever for 1 black, it's an enchantment. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control die, create a food token. This ability triggers only once each turn. 1 in a black. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, target player mills 2 cards. 2 in a black. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice 3 other non-land permanents. If you do, return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. It's good because you can sacrifice tokens. Oh, Zoraline Cosmos Caller. 1 white black for a bat cleric 3/3 flying vigilance. Whenever a bat you control attacks, you gain 1 life. When it enters or attacks, you may pay white and a black and 2 life. When you do, return target non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Finality counter basically means if this creature dies again, it's going to be exiled. There's a new counter spell. Darkstar Augur. Bat Warlock. 2 in a black for a 2/3 offspring. 1 black. Nice. Flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its mana value. Offspring. I think Offspring If it's less than 2, I think it's worthwhile. If it's more 2 or more, it's not worthwhile. Byway Barter, 3 for a 3/3. This is actually a pretty good card. Menace, whenever you expend 4, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. I like it. Uncommons. Although I did do that once this Friday while playing against Tyler, and that was definitely the wrong play because I discarded 3 cards and I drew 2 lands, and I should have kept the cards because I needed 1 more land to play 2 of the cards that had 5 casting costs. If I just didn't do that and kept my hand, I would have been able to play the cards anyway. Clement the Worrywart. I like frogs. Frog Druid. 1 green blue for a 3/3 vigilance. And whenever Clement or another creature you control enters, return up to 1 target creature you control with lesser mana value to its owner's hand. Frogs you control have tap, add green or blue. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells. Frogs. Make a frog deck with that guy. You need to errata and make frogs, toads, and I don't know, something else. All the same. Turtles. You should make turtles and frogs the same. Festival of Embers, 4 in a red enchantment during your turn. You may cast instant sorcery spells from your graveyard by paying 1 life in addition to their other costs. If a card or token would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Sacrifice this. This is basically like Underworld Breach, but pay life. And then, well, it's not as good because you have to exile the spell, but Underworld Breach basically is a CEDH card. This is just another way to use your graveyard. I think it's going to be used as a poor man's version of the Underworld Breach. Okay, there's our token, there's our common, there's our full art land. Oh, Valley Quest Caller again. Mentors are uncommons. These are our commons. Okay. Oh, Season of Weaving. Here's the blue season here. It's foil. So there's going to be another rare in this pack. 4 blue, choose up to 5 paws worth of modes. 1, draw a card. 2, choose an artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of it. 3, return each non-land, non-token permanent to its owner's hand. All right, that's a lot of good options. I actually like this. Art doesn't look, and the art looks good too. Coiling Rebirth is our rare. We've seen that before. It's a reanimate card. Oh, Ren the Relentless. Ren the Relentless Rat. Rat Rogue, 3/4 for 4. Word 2, if a creature an opponent controls will die, exile it. Instead, at the beginning of each end step, create X/1/1 black creature tokens with this creature gets +1/+1 for each rat you control, where X is the number of creatures your opponent control that were exiled this turn. Nice. Mentor, these are uncommons. And then here's your commons. Yeah, quite a few packs in the box. I mean, and each pack can have more than 1 rare, so or mythic. And multiple rares or mythics. Dawn's Truce. Okay, 1 and a white for instant. Gift a card you and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. If a gift was promised, permanents you control also gain indestructible until end of turn. And commons, and then this is our commons. Coming to the end here. 30 minutes. I mean, a little over 30 minutes is going to be. Manifold Mouse. There's the token for that. Veteran Guard. Foil Plains. Oh, yes. This is one of the cards I was looking for. Maha, the Feathers Knight. 3 black for a 6/5 flying trample ward. Discard a card. Creatures your opponents control have base toughness 1. Sweet. Strike Force. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This thing is freaking so strong. 6 for a 6/6 flash, vigilance, reach, trample. The fact that it has flash is ridiculous. Yeah. Five for a 6/5 flying trample. I mean, just that 5 for a 6/5 flying trample is pretty good in and of itself. But having the other stuff on there too, so good. Uncommon, full art, and then Mabel, heir to Cragflame. Oh, I like this art. David Peterson, you did a good job. Uncommons, and then our commons. Ooh, Fountain Port. It's a rare. It's got a lot of modes. You can sacrifice a token to draw a card. You can pay life to create a fish creature token. You can tap it to create a treasure token. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you could do with that. Ooh, another rare. Morera, Trash Tactician. 1 green, red for a 2/4. At the beginning of your first main phase, add red or green for each raccoon you control. Whenever you expend 4, you gain 3 life. Expend basically means if you spend your 4, you expend 4 as you spent your 4th total mana to cast spells during a turn. And whenever you expend 8, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. So, 4 total mana to cast spells during a turn. What if you use it to activate an ability? Does that still count? Oh, what if you use mana to activate an ability? I don't think that counts towards your expend. Bushy Bodyguard. Oh, somebody got to look into that for me. Keen-Eyed Curator. Green for a 3/3. As long as there are 4 more card types among cards exiled with it, it gets +4/+4 and has trample. And 1 exile target card from a graveyard. Alright, that's kind of hard to do. I mean, you can't do it early on. Something, probably, it'll be a 3/3 for the beginning of the games, and then maybe a 7/7 with trample as you get later in the game. But definitely good in a deck where you are milling where you're milling opponents and stuff. So uncommon, and then a rare Essence Channeler. Bat Cleric, 1 and a white for a 2/1. As long as you've lost life this turn, it has flying and vigilance. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, put those counters on target creature you control. Damn. Really good. Uncommons and then our commons. Alright, so this is that. This is 1 box of Bloomburrow. 1 mythic, 2 mythics, 1 is a foil. There it is. 3 mythics, 4 mythics, 5 mythics, 6 mythics, 7 mythics, and so 7 mythics. I want to do this off camera so it doesn't let's do this. 7 mythics, and then let's see how many rares. Put them on top. So 7 mythics, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 rares. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, let me know which of these cards you like the best. If you've been playing Bloomburrow at all, which of the animal types you like the best personally. I will talk to you guys later.